welcome to another episode of How We Roll. Yes, I'm back, and hopefully this time for good. I hope the uploading series goes quickly here without a hitch, and if not, as always, I will update you guys on my progress. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about my experience in education and how I feel like my disability contributed within that scenario. I was someone who spent 13 years of her life in an all-in-one special needs school, so nursery, primary and secondary combined. It was something different, and I guess at the time it was exactly what I needed. I first enrolled when I was, I think, 5 or 6 years old, and I didn't really have any language skills, so my English was zero. Zero. I mean, like the big zero. So I couldn't really communicate with the faculty or, staff in general because of my limitation in language. And I had a student who also spoke the same language as me, which is Turkish, by the way, for anyone who's wondering. Helped me out with the translation and everything, so it was a back and forth situation for quite some time. Of course, you kind of think about it now, and at 5 or 6 years old, you kind of remember how scary it was being in such an environment that you haven't put yourself into. So it was different. I mean, different in a good way. It was family oriented, and you felt nurtured, you felt like you were cared for, and which is to be expected. Every student there either shared the same condition as me or had similar limitations. So at no point did you feel like the odd one out. It was always a comforting environment, and I remember spending hours and hours of my time in the classroom watching Disney movies, classic Disney movies. So anything from The Little Mermaid to Aladdin to The Lion King, every one of those classic movies we sat down and watched. We also watched UK productions like Fireman Sam. I even saw Fireman Sam in my Netflix library the other day, and I kind of said to myself, wow, my childhood is back, and it kind of felt weird. I still remember the jingle, which is kind of sad. I remember not really being able to speak English and just using stuff like cartoons and amateur video games and just trying to develop my language skills, and I'd be singing along to the Disney tunes, and I think my love for red hair came about when I first saw Ariel.
Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here you think, sure, she's got everything.
I want hair like that. I guess in a sense, like, I was learning and I was trying to adapt to a whole new situation. My school headmistress was actually one of the first people that I consider to be an amazing person, because she allowed me to accept my disability for what it is and kind of say, okay, this kind of sucks, but at the same time it's okay to be a disabled person and cope with it. Her setup for the school was something that I've never seen before. The curriculum that she had in place, the staff that she had in place, and the whole environment in itself was something that I have never come across ever. She made something that would make any disabled person comfortable with the situation. You felt like you were learning, and you felt like you were really learning and not just for the sake of learning. It wasn't like just about life skills, but also, life's essentials, the tools that you might need to pursue a long-term successful career in whatever you choose to do. So, she kind of gave me a pathway, and I guess I can speak for everyone else when I say this, who was a student of that school, to have felt the same, and being like, yes, our headmistress was the foundation of us accepting ourselves for who we are. She let us know of what perceptions people might have of us. She also allowed us to explore ourselves in terms of, our skill set and what we're good at, what we're not good at, and she kind of helped us to formulate our own life plans. So for that I am grateful, because if it wasn't for her and the way she had set up the school initially, I probably would have never been able to, be comfortable with, what I have, or at least comfortable to the point where I am now, and just say, okay, you've got this, deal with it. I probably just would have went back and forth and questioned myself in terms of, my skills, and my perception of myself would have constantly changed. Right now it's stable, so that's a good thing to know. So I am forever grateful for her and what she's done for me in the past. And I hope that she's kind of watching this. So if you are, hello. It was like that for me. And I kind of went on to college and university feeling like I have to keep this perception that's been given to me and take it with me, even though I was scared shitless of what was to come, because, you know, as time went on, I never really felt like I was prepared for the outside world. I had no idea of society's perception of disability overall. Of course, back then, you, as a kid, you never really have any sort of recollection of your disability and how severely it could actually change your life. I actually didn't really notice how much of a problem my disability might be until I actually hit early teens. So yeah, that's another weird fact right there. I was constantly surrounded by disability and things that might be associated with it. So, you know, it was always like, oh, you've got physiotherapy this session. Oh, you've got to get up in your standing frame, you know, today or whatever, which I hate those things. I still do. I just went into college, bam, and, you know, with one extreme fear in my hands and just trying to deal with it. Luckily, I had one of my friends with me who's also disabled, and we, you know, went on to college from the same school, and we actually had one of the college staff say to us, "You do know that you two are the only disabled people in this college." We were both like, wow, really? So I guess I wasn't the only one trying to adapt. The college was also trying to adapt to my needs, but luckily I was surrounded by people who really didn't focus on my disability so much. So I wasn't like bullied or anything. I just had a few quiet people who were too shy to approach me and was like probably wondering whether or not I was capable of you know, holding a good conversation. Just so you guys know, yes, I am. Unfortunately, I had one disadvantage where I could never really develop my handwriting skills in school, so I was always struggling to keep up at college with taking notes, and which is why I had a note taker with me to help me through the process. Hi Carol, if you're watching this, thanks for your help, you know, you're awesome. My first years of college were really like fun in terms of learning and trying to develop, you know, what I want to do in the future. And I remember the media class was always the one class that I'd love going into and feel like, you know, this is going to be the one session period that I'm going to fully enjoy. I really feel like, you know, my media teacher at college was the one person who actually drove me to the industry that I am in now. Not only was she understanding of me and you know, helpful in terms of guidance and everything, but she made things fun, and that's what I'm always looking for, a fun environment. I kind of carried the same technique over with me onto university. I had to have another note taker with me to help me out throughout my university years. Thanks, Benita, you've always been a great help. Yeah, so she was another one of those awesome people that I met throughout, you know, university, that really actually paid attention to what I'm about, what my disability is about, etc. I'd never try and avoid any homework or anything. Homework, wow, it feels weird saying that now at 29 years old. I was the hardworking type. I still am the hardworking type. You know, despite me having physiotherapy sessions and everything else that comes with the territory, I'm still here and I'm still talking to you guys. So that must be saying something. I've successfully earned my degree and got my very good portfolio as a journalist, so I'm proud of that, and so I should be. Anyway, enough of the seriousness. I just, like I said, wanted to tell you guys how I felt, and I hope you enjoyed this video because, you know, it was pretty personal, and thank you for joining me. So,
I found an article about radio on Wikipedia. Shall I read it to you?
Siri's going crazy. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I just needed to shut Siri up for a moment. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, this one was a personal one for me. I wasn't really sure of how I was going to reflect this on camera, but I hope that it's come across as a valuable piece of information for anyone who may be going through the exact same things or has experienced similar situations in their lives, and I hope it helps out in a way. And there will be much more coming from me. You guys know that I always deliver. Thanks for joining me, thanks for watching. You guys are awesome, and thanks for being patient with me also. It means a lot. Leave a like for this video, comment, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you soon. This is B signing out.